Hey, what's up, everyone? This is Evan Carthy from evancarthy.com. Today we are going to look at oil, do the weekly recap from last week, and see what's going to happen this week for it. So, when I was going over the charts and looking at it, one thing popped up because, to be honest, I hadn't gone back all the way back to about the mid to late 2000s to see if there was anything on the daily chart that stuck out, and there is one thing, and it's going to have a major impact about where price goes. So, in using this pivot point up here and this pivot point down here, see price waffled along with it a little bit, and then it finally broke out of the bottom. So what that does is that initiates the lightning trade short setup. And for it to be complete, the 127%, the original exit would have been down here at around $2.28 for the price of oil. God, that would have been insane. But it obviously never went down and hit that. And just let me show you how crazy this is. But ever since then, it's gone up, and then look what it did about at the end September, October of this last year. Look how crazy this is. Price went up and barely ticked the 38% retracement level. And what that does for it is that brings the exit up to the green line, the 0% line, at I think it's around $33.32. So that's just crazy how it did that. It literally went up, barely ticked it just enough to hit it, and that moves the exit up to $33.49. So with this setup right here, eventually two things are going to happen, and I'm thinking it's probably going to go down and hit the $33.32 level first, because for the exit to move up, price would have to shoot all the way up, hit the green line up top up here at $147.43. And what that would do is then that would move the exit to just above the 50% Fibonacci retracement level, which is at $90.37. So that if you're in the oil field, you like the high price of oil, then that would be amazing. But for you, but I just don't think that is going to happen. I think obviously since it's a whole lot closer down to the $33 level, I think it's eventually going to go down and hit that. Now, it may not happen today, it may not happen tomorrow, could be, a couple years from now. But those are the two levels that price is going to go to. It's either going to go down and hit the $33 level first, or is going to go up and hit the $147 level. So based upon where price is right now and everything, that's what I'd be looking at for eventually price to pull back to the $33 level. Like I said, it could take a couple years for it to happen. It could take, a span of 6 months. I mean, look how crazy this move was right here. Back in July of 2008, price made a high up here of around 147, and within January of the next year, it was down to $33. So you can definitely see some crazy moves to the downside right here. So it'd just be interesting to see what could happen. I mean, could the same thing be repeating right here? I mean, look how you have this sharp move down, then up, and it waffles around a little bit. Then you have finally another move down that just breaks the last low. So could the same thing be happening here? Here you had a sharp move down, then is price going to waffle around for a while, and then is it going to eventually come back down and hit the $33 level. So that's just one thing I noticed here on the daily chart. I just think it's really going to come down and eventually go back and hit the $33 level. Like I said, it could be a year from now, 2 years from now, a couple years from now, but that's the main level. If price had never gone and broken the $33.32 level right here, then this wouldn't be an issue. We wouldn't even be looking at this trade right there. But since it did go back and do that back in January of 2016, that initiated the lightning trade to the short side. But since it came up and barely ticked the 38% level right here, then that did move the exit up down from about the $2.28 up to here to about around $32, $33 up here. So that's what we're looking for then. But there are some bullish setups up here. I know I spoke about last week. Let's zoom in on that and go to it. I just wanted to point that out because I just saw it today when I was looking at the charts for it. So here, looking at the 1 hour chart right here. Actually, we'll go back to the 4-hour, it'd be easier to view. Using this 4-hour chart right here, using this pivot and this pivot right here, we are still looking at price to come back up and hit around $68.90. Currently last week it went up, had a good bullish run. It's around $57 right now. So eventually price will go back up and hit the $68 level. Then we have a short setup down here using that pivot point and that pivot point right here. So currently the current exit to make this trade be over is still the 127 line, around $42.02. But if price goes up, hits the 38% level up here, which is $59.95. I know it says a 61.8% level, but I haven't reversed the way I draw my Fibonacci levels for it. So anyways, if it comes up and hits that, then that move the exit up to $49.48. So that seems to be the overall trend for what it's looking for right now. You have you have a long setup, and you have a short setup. So which one is going to win out? Which one of the 127 extension levels are going to win out? Right now, it's looking like there's definitely some movement to the upside. When it gets up here and hits the 59.95 level, wouldn't be surprised if it goes up there and hits that here in the next week or two. I'll be interested in what will happen. Will that become resistance, and will it push all the way back down to the 49.48 level, or will price continue to churn up until it takes out that long up there at the 68.82 level? But that's the thing to watch for. If price goes up and hits 59.95, then that moves the exit for that short move up to $49.48 for it. Let's go in and look at the 15-minute chart, because there were a couple of trades from this one right here I saw. Okay, so this one here is a 15-minute trade using that pivot point and that pivot point. See, price came down here and broke up, hit 38, never came back, hit the zero line, and just been going up ever since. So eventually we're looking forward for the short trade for the exit to be just above the 50% level, which is going to be around $53.85 for it. That's what we're looking for eventually, for the price to come down and take that one out here for the short side, down for the lightning trade move. So those are this is another shorter one down here using that pivot point and that pivot point. But for this example, I just showed you those two right there. So that's what we're looking at right now. Currently, let's go back to the daily chart real quick, because I mean, to be honest, there's not a whole lot of crazy moves going on with it right now. So the MFI right now, you can see it kind of came up, barely ticked up here for the overbought level, and came down, retraced, and price has been going up ever since. So that is one thing to keep a note of, is that the MFI and price are creating a divergence as you're getting higher highs in the price. The MFI is creating lower highs. So what that usually signals is that eventually price will reverse and go back down south again. So that's definitely one thing to keep in mind. But like I said, what we're looking for is price to, let me show it again right here, go up and hit this 38% level. I think that's going to be the next level, is going to reach up right here. Yeah, around $60.02. I think it was around 59 something the last time I did. But anyways, it's around $60 what we're looking for. In the next week or two, wouldn't be surprised if price went up there, hit that. Then after it hit that, it'll be interesting to see if it does. If that does end up being resistance, then we'll look at the exit being $49.58 for the move down south to it. So hope that helped. Like I said, there's definitely going to be some craziness eventually that's going to happen again in the oil and gas industry. When it happens, why it happens, I don't know. Of course, it'll be easy to spot after it happens, as it always is, but just based upon that breaking it right there, and I'll just go ahead and mark a little arrow for it right there. Based upon that breaking it right there, that created the lightning trade to the downside. And then, as I mentioned earlier, price come up, barely ticked the 38% level. I mean, that's just crazy how it happened like that. So that brought the exit back up to around $33.32 for this current move. So if price goes down and hits that, then that move is over, and we'll look at other moves, of course. But if price somehow, some way does go all the way back up here to 147, before hitting the $33.32, and that would move the exit all the way up here into about 90, little north of $90, say about $91, $91.50 for it. But based upon where price is, what's happening in the global scene for it, I expect price to eventually move back down to the $33 level before it. It would move up to the 147. Of course, it could move up to 147, but I really don't think that's going to happen. So there you have it. If you'd like to see me go over any other instruments, forex, futures, stocks, cryptos, please let me know. Glad to do so. Thanks. Have a good one.